A very good afternoon and welcome to ENB TV, where we are your voice. And this is Wednesday Wellness. And today we are talking about confronting depression and GBV issues in our society, in our schools, in our community, wherever you are, to our guests joining us today. And today we have a very special guest. He's not a guest, he has been a host here at our studios. And today he's very privileged to be one of our guests talking about these issues. Now, come with me. Let us welcome our guests for today. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well
Uh-huh.
and privileged to be here today.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Being again in front of the cameras, I think it's a season that had passed and now I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Welcome very much.
Thank you so much.
Please introduce yourself for us.
So I go by the name Gabriel Vikeri. I'm a CEO of two startups, Champions Groups of Companies and the Iberian Dynamics. I'm the managing director. I'm also in the board of trustees of the Triquil Foundation, and happy to be here today, an enthusiast in women empowerment and very keen when it comes to matters GBV and depression, matters mental wellness, so on.
Wow, that is so good. I love the way that you are enthusiast for women empowerment. And if I can ask this question, what drove you to become a person who deals so much with matters women?
So funny that when I was growing up, I saw my mom play both roles. She took care of us. She was there whenever we needed her. The father was there, and I really appreciate that, his presence. But I saw mom win the bread for the family. I saw her hard work.
Okay.
And that clicked a mind of, if it were not for the female gender, truly today we could not be having such a country that we have.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so today we are speaking about depression and GBV issues. And maybe if you have been keen on our TikTok platforms, we are the girls who are putting purple profiles in our pictures, right? Yeah. And we are advocating for GBV, stop GBV, femicide, all these things that do not go according to the rights of women.
Sure.
And yeah, we are supporting South Africa. We are with you. So to you, our guest, what is GBV and what is depression?
Now, today I want to break this into three pieces.
Okay.
Number one, it's what is called gender-based violence.
Sure.
Number two, we have something that we call misogyny. And number three, we have femicide.
True.
So for gender-based violence, remember, I once met a TikTok tweet that said it is not WBV. It is not women. It is not women-based violence.
Yeah.
It is gender-based violence,
True.
whereby it is both male and female who get their rights violated, either physically, emotionally,
True.
sometimes even spiritually,
Yeah.
and mentally too. Number two is misogyny. Misogyny, people confuse between GBV and misogyny and femicide.
Okay.
Misogyny is where a certain cocoon or a group of people has a hatred towards a certain gender.
Oh, okay.
So, assuming it's a group of ladies who sit and decide we will hate men with passion, or maybe for men decide we will hate women for passion. And with this hatred, it can come into three categories. Number one, it is sexual assault.
True.
That is one.
Yeah.
Number two, it is cultural wise. Number three, it is term of equity, whereby you find in leadership, this misogynic group decides that a certain gender cannot lead the nation, cannot lead us.
Oh.
Sexually, a certain group creates a cocoon and decides we are going to be assaulting or violating the female or the male sexual rights.
Okay.
Number three is cultural wise. Sometimes back, and this is so alarming that in the current situation right now, the numbers of men being violated is higher compared to the number of ladies.
Okay.
Because a while back, ladies did not have even rights.
Yeah.
You could not study, you could not vote.
Yeah.
Your work was only situated at the homestead. You wake up, prepare the husband, he goes to work, prepare the kids, they go to school. It is only the male kids could go to school.
Yeah.
The female children were sent to go fetch firewood, to cook, to fetch water, laundry, and such.
Yeah.
But in the current era, as life is going on, you realize that the life has twisted. Men sometimes are being violated more than women. And so, back to what I was saying, misogyny, people have hatred and they will try to assault in those three ways: sexually, culturally, or equity. Ensure that there is no femicide. Femicide is the killing of women.
Yeah.
And as it is stated, it is femi, from the feminine gender. So the female gender, some while back, I think either this year or last year, we had very high numbers of women being killed.
Yeah.
Some said reasons were sacrifices, some said sexually, some said matters to do with infidelity and such. But all we cry, it is stop femicide, stop misogyny, stop GBV.
That's true. I truly agree there. And so we have known the differences between femicide, we have known the difference between misogyny and GBV. And so to our first question, from your perspective, how serious is depression and GBV, gender-based violence issues? Now, let us talk within our university fraternity.
Generally, I can say that the great University of Embu has done so well to tackle this matter.
I agree.
And from the office of the dean, from the office of the security, they have been able to come up with the regularities and laws that govern, and the code of conduct that govern and direct each and every student, each and every staff in regards to matters to do with GBV. Generally, in Embu, the rates of gender-based violence compared to the past years, in recent years, the rate has gone down because people have realized, or there is a civic education that has helped people understand that GBV is only a matter of sometimes emotional expression, or rather mental expression. Most of these people that have gender-based violence, it is they have I want to interlink the two, the GBV and depression. Most of these people who have or who end up violating other people's rights, mostly they have depression. And depression does not come with a single day or a single thing that happens.
I agree.
It is somebody who have sat, piled up anger, have gone through a lot, maybe financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. They have thought, or they have been shown that they are failures. The anger has piled up. People have thoughts, or they have shown this group of people that you are not important to the society. And so this anger one day, a good example, you hear cases that a certain guy slaughtered the wife, a certain wife brings how many knives in the husband's body. You see, it is not something that has just started. It is something that has been built up, built up, built up. And what I can encourage the university is to have these talks more often. They have been having the motivational speakers, the conversation between peers, which is okay. But how often are these conversations? A recent case that happened in one of our universities, I would rather not mention the names, but a student killed another student and threw the student into a tank and locked the tank. You see, to have done such a thing, it is not something that you just sit and decide. It is something that is premeditated. It is something that this person has been thinking of, planning of, how to execute it, where to execute it, using which tools to be able to do so. And you see, for you to sit and think such matters, it shows that this person has been depressed for a season, has been having stress, has been having thoughts. But do we have, the question is, who are we going to talk to? who are we going to express ourselves to? You have a friend, tell them, I'm going through this and that. My parents have told me this and that, or in the family, this. But she decides, let me go spread the rumors. Once the rumors come back to me, and once the rumor is spread, it worsens.
Yeah.
With the continuance, it worsens.
Yeah.
So we find that the information will be more worse when it gets back to me. What will I think in my mind? There is no essence of sharing. There is no essence of living. So eventually, in case somebody tampers with me at that season, hey, let me take a knife, let me take a djembe, hit that person on the head. Or rather, if all of this happens and I find it's so difficult for me to live, let me take my life. Those are the major problems and catastrophic matters that are happening in the society.
Yes, truly, I agree with you, because a while back we had a discussion on depression and anxiety and trauma, dealing with all these things, and truly people are going through a lot out here. And so, what are some of the causes? Because I know us as we are students, we have so many things going around us. We have academics which we have to tackle, and which is the main purpose that we are here in school. Number two, we have relationships. And number three, we have social cultures where, people here in the university, we have different cultures. We are from different backgrounds. So what do you think are some of the most common causes that make people go through depression, or rather go through gender-based violence?
The major causes, as you have highlighted, we have academic problems.
Yeah.
Academic problems whereby you find, I chose a course because a parent insisted. I chose a career because I want to shock the society. I chose a career because I'm told it is marketable. Once I'm done with the career, I realize, oh Lord, no jobs.
Yeah.
Nobody is there to hire me.
You don't have a passion even that.
I only have a piece of paper that I call a degree. And I'll brag with it that my name is attached to a degree. But the question is, after the academia, what next? Now, the what next is what creates depressions in our heads. The what next is what stresses the most people. Number two, the social culture. We've come from a society where women are believed not to study.
True.
You're from a society where female genital mutilation is the key cause to show maturity. And the mental torture and the conversation that we have within the university basis, it is what has caused much of these chaotic problems that we connect ourselves relationships, which is okay.
Yeah.
And it is normal. One thing that I would wish to send a message to our parents, your child, your son, or your daughter being in a relationship, it is normal.
Yeah.
Because they also need support, somebody to talk to, somebody to trust. And if we limit the children and tell them, you are not going to do so and so, this and that, they'll be curious and ask themselves, why is my mother telling me I should not date so and so? So they'll go ahead and do it to be able to seek information or to be able to answer their curiosity as to why the parent is telling them not to do whatever they have been informed not to do. As I was saying, the major basis or the major problems, number one is career. Number two is the interconnection. Number three, maids. That in a certain community, ladies are treated good. In a certain society, men are treated good. So the social cultural beliefs have been transferred to university, whereby you'll find a certain tribe believe that a man cannot get in the kitchen. Once this man gets in the kitchen, what next? You will be trolled, you will be abused, your friends will cut you off, and then now, from there, you start thinking. You start getting it. Probably when he was getting into the kitchen, he was cooking together with the girlfriend or the wife. Because some of them come to campus together when they are married. And now, where will he direct the anger? Where will she direct the anger? This man, this woman that they are living with. Because it be like, you are the one who made me get into the kitchen to cook. You're the one who made me go fetch water. You're the one who made me wash the clothes. So all these problems that I'm going through, losing friends, being cut off, having these like problems, they all go back to me. And that is the
I agree with you because even I find it amazing, or not amazing, but I find it so unfortunate that our husband, who has been living with the wife for like almost 15 years, the husband can kill the wife just because of the naked ugali the naked ugali mingi. And really, that is so very, very bad. And so, what is the relationship between gender-based violence and
gender-based violence. Once you're violated sexually, physically, emotionally, let me clarify on this. GBV is not only fights, not only fists.
I agree.
The character of I have done a mistake to my wife. I'll go buy her presents, come and gift her so that she can forgive. Remember, you've not solved the problem that caused this argument. You are torturing her emotionally. So the basis of all this, the basis of mental unwellness, mental problems, it comes from the stress caused during this season of GBV. Once you have been beaten, there is a certain fear that is intrigued in you. So every single moment that there is a problem, or you hear a door clicking to open, or you hear footsteps, or you hear even a voice, that is when you started to say, oh Lord, he's coming. Oh Lord, he's doing, he's coming, he's going. So the fear that has been intrigued into that person, it is the beginning of it. Number two, you have been put down, maybe sexually, you have been assaulted, and this person, it goes to an extent of pushing you to a corner that you do not have the ability to make a decision regarding sex. When he wakes up in the morning and says, I want it now, then that means it is that time. Because already he has put some fear or some displacement in your mental well-being. So that is also another problem that has caused mental unwellness to most of the youth. In regards to the university setup, GBV is not so profound to be continued. You'll get the cases once or twice, probably in a month or after 2 months. But these problems, they pile up. The physical abuse mostly is not in the university setting, but the emotional and the mental abuse, it is there. So when these people are emotionally depressed, they are mentally depressed, they'll either commit suicide, they'll do chaotic. In the locality, I've walked in Kangaroo and found a gentleman that I knew, very sober, very upright. And after you look at the history, you realize he dated. Then after dating, he started drugs because of the stress. After drugs, he's no longer there. He's a madman walking on the street. So it is a process. It is not something that begins today and piles up today and builds in today. No, it is a process that begins, it forms, it builds, and it creates some stress and some fear in this human.
True, I agree with you. And let me ask this question. What are some of the positive or the negative influence that our peers have on us when it comes to matters gender-based violence and depression? Because we have friends, yes, and maybe they're the ones who influence us. Yes, they influence us positively and negatively. So what roles do they play from such experiences?
Our peers.
Yeah, our friends.
The roles that they play are very crucial because remember, this is the same person you will see daily, during your class time, during your dinner, during your free. The big question is always, what kind of conversation do you hold whenever you meet? That is the main. Actually, in a peer setup, the major problem is the conversations that we have when we meet. What will I talk? Let's say an example with Steve, who is my best friend. What conversation are we going to have when we meet? Do we start talking about how ladies are ugly? Do we start now the misogynistic group and start thinking, oh, so and so looks like this? Or do we sit and start getting, my friend, in a relationship, this is how you handle a lady, this is how you talk to them, this is how you do. What kind of questions do we ask ourselves? Am I there busy trying to gossip and ask, baby, a certain lady, how do you see her? A certain guy, how does he look to you? It all starts a conversation of, Steve comes, tells me, bro, I beat my wife yesterday. Nilimrosha vibaya. And I'm like, oh, really? Bro, you're doing a great job. I also beat my wife thrice a week. I also did this twice a week. That is the beginning of the problems in our relationship. And that is the lead, the major lead. The major lead is the conversation. You sit in a cocoon of men at the pool tables when you're playing, at the barber shop when you're getting a shave, and the conversation that you're having is how we beat our wives and how we mishandle ladies, how we talk bad, how we are rude to ladies on the road. Unlike the positive influence where we will sit and talking to a lady in this way is inappropriate. Steve will ask me a question, probably, bro, how do you think when I tell my lady get out of the house when I'm taking a shower or when I'm dressing? How do you find it? Is it right? Is it wrong? The next step that I take from there, what is the next step that I take from there? Do I tell Steve what you are doing is wrong, or do I help him? Number two, in terms of culture, what do we discuss when it comes to culture? Because that is something else I've discovered or have brought a lot of problems in our relationship, in everything that is also a major force in the GBV. What happens? There are some tribes, sorry to say, you'll find in some tribal setup, a woman should not speak to her husband in it. I hear in some tribes, the lady has to kneel, having the man. Some ladies have to. I don't know, when you are talking to them, you bow your head. You don't look on their face. And this is now where we start correcting. They always say Mwachamila, but today I want to rectify that statement. Because they think that in the setup of our tribe, we have some power over this gender. And they are in some tribe, you'll also find men cannot do this, men cannot talk, men cannot do. But we are in modernity. We are in the 21st century. Some of these things, some of these matters, they have to be. I am very glad when I'm following, when I hear so and so is the CEO of this company. You'll even find me watching a documentary of somebody like Mother Karua, because I want to hear, I want to know how far or how the journey has been. You'll find me trying to plan maybe the pardon drives, going to women prison and visiting them, trying to see where did we get a problem. I had a story about the fee of the senior secondary. Where are we heading? How are we going to be able to pay this key if the fee itself it is surpasses even the living standard of basically the conversation that we are having, the talks that we are having, the intrusive thoughts that we are having. That anytime I sit in my house, the only thing I see is eating my wife to death or looking at her and finding her, this woman is unimportant to me. Because that is the need. And once I have the intrusive thought, the next thing I'll do, I'll either go discuss with my friends, they encourage me or they discourage me. So also choosing the feeling of let's choose our friends wisely, it also applies.
Yeah.
The kind of people that you decide to lead, especially in the model of the university. This person will tell you don't go to class. Go. The same person will tell you go beat your girlfriend. The same person will tell you have 150 women at the same time. It is in the same circle. It all goes to the same person. So in peer shape or in peer design, it is the people that we are living in. What kind of discussions do we have? What tables do we sit? Whom do we decide to sit with? Because again, there are other friends who will teach you on how to be good people. Sorry, there are people who will teach you on how to live with the same person in the house. There is somebody like me. I'll find you, and we always sit with Stephen, and I tell him, Stephen, I need to go through your phone. He's my friend, and we laugh, and I'm like, yes.
Okay.
Do you know why? Because today I'll not go through your phone, and I realize you're dating, and again you have another lady and another lady and another
What's
lady,
happening?
and this is the problem. And then all of a sudden, Steve, unapigwa huko kwa barabara. Where did it all start? Where did it all start? So I will want to know how is my friend doing. Same way, when I sit today here, they call me after this and tell me, how was the show? What did you learn? What did I and all that? So the most crucial thing, like, it is the discussion that we have, the people that we are sitting with on this. What kind of conversations do we have? What kind of thoughts do we have? When we see the female gender, the male, what do we think? The narrative that goes on nowadays is that all women are after money or men are after sex, which is not true. At least in that 100%, there is 2 or 3% of people who knows what they want. Especially in our generation, kitu watu wanaogopa ni mambo kitu marriage and hot porridge. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Because that is also a setup that is within GBV. Because in the fear, why are they fearing? Because they have seen maybe their parents bring them up. This problem has not started with this. It has come all the way where we've been brought up seeing our shushos being beaten. We've seen our parents, our moms, and our dads fighting and arguing and quarreling. We've seen our brothers and our elder sisters who are married having issues. So the problem has built up since the ancient days. And the major thing that we should be, because problems worsen, they don't become better. How are we going to cope with this challenge? The problem is already here with us. How are we going to cope with
it? I love how you are helping us to understand all of these things, how they revolve around each other. But now, how can we redefine masculinity in a way that promotes empathy, respect, and mental health? Masculinity. How can we redefine it so that it can promote empathy, which is, you yourself trying to fit in the shoes of another person, feeling nikimfanyia hivi atafilaje, unaona? Respect and mental health.
Wow. Masculinity.
Masculinity. Talk to us about that.
Masculinity. So, the masculine part is defined terms.
Okay.
Number one, there is the so people call toxic masculinity, and there is the real masculinity. I rather define them.
Define it for
the
us.
Toxic masculinity is in short, a woman cannot give an idea, a woman cannot say anything to a man. That is the toxic masculinity. A man cannot cook, a man cannot buy flowers, a man cannot laugh, a man cannot do this and that. A man is only there to provide, there for security, and there to show the vigor. Because I'm a man, I'm masculine. But there is the real masculinity that states understanding, protection, provision, and that is the major thing. Once you call yourself toxic masculine, there is only two things that I see. Number one, how bad you are reached. And number two, how bad you decided to become. Because if you look at most of these people who fight and who have these matters to do with GBV, most of them, they have the so-called toxic. And also there is toxic femininity. It is not also in men. It is also there in women.
Hey, tell us about that.
Women, when women decide, huyu msee hatakula kwangu, huyu msee hatavaa nguo, huyu msee hatafanya, that is the toxic femininity. Whereby they decide this man is going to live under this specific parameter. Toxicity does not only face on men, it faces on both men. That is why it is GBV, gender-based violence. Both genders. We have very many genders.
Yeah.
I don't know right now the research is but I know we have very many genders.
Yeah.
Biblically, there are only two, male and female, but the rest, culturally, physically, mentally, whatever people have decided to create, they all know what the genders are. One thing that people need to understand, toxic masculinity, toxic femininity, it only builds fear, it only builds hatred, it only builds quarrels, and it only builds all matters to do with hatred and emotional unwellness and fight and divorce. The most crucial thing, it is real masculinity, real femininity. Where today I want to simplify it. Number one, first thing is that the other party that you're living with, they have feelings. That is the beginning of it, where you understand this person has these needs that needs to be met, they need to be looked at, they need to be taken care of, they need to be loved. So that is where the real masculinity and the real femininity, and that will be the beginning of ending gender. When we remove the toxicity, we bring empathy, we bring realness, we bring love, we bring care, we view people without including the point of misogyny. It will be the most.
Yeah, true. I agree with you. And to our viewers, we are still learning, we are still continuing with our conversation. You can interact with us via our YouTube channel. Comment down there, like and share and subscribe to our channel, guys. And bring on board the male and the female, both genders, so that they can be able to continue listening to our conversation. And we are learning that GBV is not about women only, but also the male gender. Now, come with us to continue this journey. And I can ask this question to our guest. What advice would you give to students, especially those who are going through depression, gender-based violence, and mostly now that we are talking about women, what advice can you give to them, the young ladies, the young children? Because some of them enter into campus when they do not have an ID. How can you advise them when it comes to gender-based violence? Because some of them are sitting in their silence. Some of them just want to be there in the relationship because of the so-called love, because they do not want this guy to leave them, so they are there, wanataka kuvumilia hizi vitu zote, and they're not ready to leave because now they are so afraid. Now, how can you advise ladies?
Ladies and gentlemen, you are there, you are going through GBV. Somebody is beating you up daily. Somebody passing you through mental torture, emotional torture. Some of them are viewing you with disrespect. You are being assaulted. You're being assaulted in any way. The only thing that I tell people, speak up. Speak up.
Yeah.
Look for somebody, tell them. Even if it's not a friend, visit the nearest police station, visit a hospital, look for help.
Yeah.
Look for help. You do not deserve to stay there and die. You do not deserve to pass through that pain. Remember, you are important to the society. And if the person that you're with is not finding you important, then us outside here, we view you with a lot of importance. We view you and you are so helpful and of great potential, very substantial to our society. So whoever is there and is going through gender-based violence, is having depression, is having issues to do with mental wellness, please pick up. You do not deserve to die. You do not deserve to go through the pain that you're passing through. So all I can request you, just pick up. Make that call. Make that call. Visit that police station. Visit that hospital. You look for that therapist for help, for assistance. Because once you're silent, the torture will continue and you are the one who will be humiliated in the eventuality of matters. You will not be happy burying it. So you will rather speak up now and put an end to gender-based violence.
I love how you have said it. Now, can you please talk to our main counterparts and tell them something?
To all men, to my fellow Kenyans, to my colleagues, to alumni, to comrades, to youths, to anybody who wears trousers like me and calls themselves men. One thing that I would like to clarify, GBV is not only. I know there are men there who are undergoing gender-based violence. Please speak up. Please put an end to that gender violence. I know sometimes it feels so unfortunate, and when you go to report the issue to do with GBV and you are a man and find people there laughing at you. How weak are you? You are being beaten by a woman and all that. I know it feels. But another thing that I will mention, the so-called toxic masculinity, it is taking us nowhere. That one, be sure, it will take you nowhere. That lady needs you. That lady needs to walk with you. They need you to be. Please eradicate the toxicity and just be real in masculinity. Just show yourself. Just be there. Let your presence be felt. Help them. Stand with them. Walk with them. And truly, finally, the story of gender-based violence will not be a talk of the town.
And educating us more about depression and gender-based violence. And I'll be sure to invite you again so that you can speak about other topics, other conversation, and maybe bring a part two on this. Yes, so thank you so much.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled.
And so to our viewers of YouTube, thank you so much for tuning with us and listening in on our conversation today about depression and violence. Let us go out there and advocate to stop gender-based violence to both genders, male and the female. Thank you for tuning in once again. I have been your host, Shekaina Muteu. It has been nice seeing you, and ciao, bye.